se won't fuck me. Ahora se me escribe on me. Ahora empiezan a ugly. Ahora like you ugly. Ahora like she ugly.
Oh man, god damn it. We got some more info on Andrew Tate, man. Apparently that man got some more of his information leaked. Is it leaked at this point? I mean, he's been snitching on himself the whole time. But we're just going to get into it. Shouts out to Abby and Preach, man. Let's get it.
Today's topic, there was a big reveal. Evidence from the Andrew Tate trial got leaked somewhere. And essentially conversations that he had in his place called the War Room, which was like... it used to be his course that he would basically sell people on to make lots of money. And he would have private conversations with these people telling them, this is instructional on how to manipulate women into doing X work for his words. So Lasmina, who's one of the trafficking victims in the case against Andrew Tate, the legal one, as well as Georgina, who's his BB, which is bottom bitch. Okay, and bottom bitch is basically the woman beneath the pimp who helps recruit the other women and keep them in line. Because women trust other women a lot more, a lot of men will use these kinds of women to manipulate women. Okay, so this is the conversation. Not my words, you're gonna read it. Update on the two girls living together. So they became good friends, everything was stable. The girl who moved lost her support network at home. Cemented her move, talking about staying forever, can't wait for me to come back, etc. Essentially, this girl moved from somewhere else to come live with Andrew. She lost her family network back home as a result. Okay, so Andrew says, so I had to tighten the screw. So I said somebody in her old town told me she worked in a sex club. I literally made this up from the sky. Started calling her a liar and threatening to kick her out, but the real goal is for her to agree to never go anywhere without me, not even her hometown. I need her working, not visiting friends back in her hometown. So putting nails in that coffin, saying people are talking bad about her.
Hey, you Andrew Tate Tater. Hey, Andrew Tater Tots. I'm gonna call you Tater Tots, head ass. What y'all gotta say about that, bro? Y'all just be. I was having a conversation with somebody on Facebook, and they just was repeating exactly what Andrew Tate was saying. Like, bro, you're a bot. You're a bot.
So basically what he's doing in this conversation is he's working towards isolating her from her loved ones, her family and fans, so she can never go back and she has to rely on him for everything.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the conversation that he had with Jasmina privately through WhatsApp. You worked in a sex club. I did not work in a sex club. I'm not lying. Where did you get this out from? So you'd rather believe them. So she really believes other people are talking shit about her. I told you the truth. These people want me no good. I don't know who you have talked to, but I've only slept with 4 men in my life, and you were one of them. I have never lied to you. You said it yourself that people will try to destroy us, break us apart. I've heard things too, but I choose to believe you and not them. Well, probably should have believed those things. Andrew, answer me, please, and tell me this is a joke, because I really don't want to believe that you mean what you're saying.
Silence.
I'm freaking crying alone in a room, and you think I'm not serious? I'm tired of this so-called friends acting.
Andrew Tate fans gonna be like, it's not true. None of it's true. Repeat everything he says on everything he comes out with. That's exactly. It's like, bro, how do y'all even do that? It's like. They verbatim repeat what he says, bro. It's crazy.
Like friends and ruining my chances to be happy, and it hurts that you believe that. Where am I now, Andrew? Here? Why? Because I'm serious. Andrew replies, serious girls don't lie. Yes, I understand, she says. You are not going back to Tismore even to visit without me. You understand? So Tismore is where she's from, her hometown. He said, basically, she told him, you're never going back. And she says, yes, I understand. My people there are telling me you talked to tons of men and worked in a sex club. I'm not having you go back there for them to call me and tell me more shit. She replies, that's a lie, but as I said earlier, look at me. Andrew replies, you don't need to leave the house in Bucharest without either me or Georgina. We are together always. So this is how he socially isolated her. Let's go to part 2. Update on the two girls living together. If anyone doesn't know the story, ask the guys here to find out for you. So I told my girl to send me a picture. She said this. All right, so then he puts a screenshot of what she wrote to him. She writes, at the same time, I have a few things, very few, but rules I can't break because I'm old-fashioned and I still believe in God. 1, I never sent a picture of me in lingerie ever. I made a promise to God and myself, and I will keep it. 2, I will never do video chat or OnlyFans because my body's intimate and I only want my husband should be able to touch and see. 3, if I give you my love, I'm expecting same thing back. 4, the man I love should not hit or beat me up. This is it. if these 4 things are respected when it comes to me, then there's no way we can ever.
Come on, man.
When I have to,
That is.
I'm quiet when I'm supposed to.
I thought
I'm
that was.
dedicated on being
I thought that went without saying, yo. What?
a good wife, waking you up in the morning with fresh coffee and a meal, all yours and forever. This is the way I was raised. Had this on my heart the whole day, so I had to say it. You are the perfect man for me, and the man I've been dreaming to meet and have a family with since I was a kid. Now it's your turn to decide if the things change the way you see me, or if I'm still the woman you want to spend your life with. I do. Do you? So basically she's saying, don't make me out to be a whore, and don't beat me up. Those are her requirements, which I think most men watching think that's reasonable. Andrew's goal is he flies these women out, he makes them fall in love with him, he uses sex as a manipulation tool, per his words, not me.
I use sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money.
What y'all gotta say, tater tots? Oh, it's satire. Shut your ass up.
That's what I wanted.
So yeah, on CobraTape.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is a pimp and hose degree that I'm.
And he's lame as hell. Y'all, king of the nerds right here. Andrew Tate, king of the nerds, bro.
Clever. And that teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work.
He's on the same level as DJ Academics to me, bro. Ain't no difference, bro.
On webcam for me.
And you're always working. Why don't you work
In terms of nerdiness.
for me so we spend more time together? What if you're doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl.
Because that's what I did. That was my MO was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me.
And then these were women who've never done adult work. They've never been interested in doing adult work, but he would find ways to isolate them from their friends and family, make them go broke, and then try to get them into the cam business so he can make a profit off them. So regardless of either whether you think that's legal or not, it's got to be some evil shit. To isolate somebody from their friends and family just so you can make financial gain.
This video is brought to you by
I'm skipping it.
No matter where I'm at, all right, whether it's get on it.
So in response to this message thread, he says, this sounds like a hard target for cams or OnlyFans, right? So let's take bets. Will I get her to work? Anonymous poll. So basically he's asking the people in the group chat, do you think she's going to get to work for me after seeing that message? And one of the guys replies, yeah, that isolation is critical. I have no experience in this realm, but I would try to be good cop, bad cop. This is from Mac J, one of the people who are part of the war room. Act deeply hurt by her refusal. Flip it on her and get her to start feeling guilty or cry. Then have my BB, bottom bitch, ask why she's upset. Tell her how religious she used to be and how easy fun camming is. Again, never had to do anything like this, but maybe it works. And then Tate replies, close. I'm actually going to add a layer of separation. I will use Georgina as the bottom bitch and pretend I don't care. Either way, she can't attack me for tricking her. She looks super adamant about not doing this. She even made bullet points. I still bet yes because you're a top G, but it would be so impressive to see in action. So basically, these guys are just discussing how they're going to traffic these women and getting to do the camera.
Well, as a course, right?
There's a course to it, but this group chat's just private. For the select few who want to be human traffickers, I guess, and have to do cam for them. So Tate in this says another element, since she's moved, she's been fed, but nothing else. She's broke, she can't go home, she can't leave the house. Man, I almost sound evil, but I'm not. I'm a shepherd leading the sheep. Tate goes on to say, so now I know she's broke, and I know what I believe the objections to be. My plan is to use Georgina as a bottom bitch to convince her I don't give a shit if she cams, but the only way she will have serious money is if she does. Isolate her from her friends and family, make her dependent on you, give her food, and tell her the only way she can make money is if she does the camming stuff, because she's not allowed to leave the house without you. So he asks her, let her panic a little bit. Remember, she asks for money now. That's scary for her. And I'd come back with, yes, we need to be together, but every girl in Romania asks me for money. I know you're not like them, are you? Make her qualify herself as not a gold digger. And she says, no, I'm not. Then come in with, we're going to be traveling together. I'm working from home, my phone. We're a team. You're gonna listen to me and work from your phone too. Send her a pic of an Ibiza beach. Ibiza is an island, if you're unaware. And because Cam has been soft floated before, I had to go for a hard close. If outright refuse, don't reply. Let her sit broke to think. So basically, if she don't reply to the offer or she's not down, then don't reply and make her worried because she's in love with you. One of the guys writes, Tateism in a sentence. It's all beautiful. A beautiful game of chess. So these guys are in a group chat really bragging about manipulating women into...
That's nerd shit.
This is her talking to Georgina.
I just thought about it. It's kind of what women do to men. Not to equate it exactly, but like women be manipulating men with sex too in the like same kind of way and staining them for their money. But it ain't the same though. It's just the woman version of what Andrew Tate's doing.
Ex-cop who's his bottom bitch.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that.
Okay, so.
I mean, bro, what you Tater Tots gonna say now, bro? I mean, I want to hear it. Get at me in the comments, bro.
That's the general gist of the conversations. Considering everything else we've seen from this guy in regards to some of the stuff he said, what do you think?
Well, a lot of videos that I've seen about him and the interviews that I've seen, he's denying everything.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's easily provable. Like, is it because you're trying to save face or whatever, or you're trying to, I don't know.
Brainwash his fans. That's all he's trying to do.
But he did say that in his chat on his website, on courses that he has.
Yeah.
Like, they took computers. Yeah. Even if you delete something off your computer, they have ways to retrieve all that stuff, right? So it's not really looking good, because that's just one thing that got out, right? And they're not just basing themselves on that. They got
way more. And
it's not just, when I thought it was one country. It's not one country. It's actually 3 countries that are talking about that. It's like, it's a lot to manage. Just when one country is against you and you've been talking shit about that country, when 3 are working together to take you down, I mean,
you going down, buddy.
Yeah, also
you going down, baby.
Those conversations from have been authenticated. I guess it's part of what Di caught.
Ready to let it go.
Tate found. And there's probably way more of that since this leaked only now. The fact that they have that is very telling for me. That looks like textbook manipulation and fraud. The fact that he was on offer these women marriage with the sole intention of turning them into webcam workers. The things and the tactics he was using to isolate them from friends and family in order to make sure he could brainwash them. Yeah.
And
absolutely, he's taking young and impressionable women for that very reason. I have no problem. This falls right under the textbook definition of Loverboy method. Before, I was like,
I think Zion Williamson got Lovergirl method by that 30-year-old Dot. That's that's the woman equivalent of what Andrew Tate do.
80% sure he's guilty. Now I'm 100% sure. When I see messages like these, and people can't say, oh, Abba, you don't know if it's a character or if he really did that shit. So what, even in private conversation, this guy's also making it up? Some of you guys got to stop coping. Y'all want to talk about the fact that women aren't very logical? You guys are bending over backwards, breaking the real boundaries of reality just to believe something you want to believe. It's fine to say Tate was a good influence in your life and he offered you good advice. I don't even mind. It's very possible that's true.
But is it possible to
It doesn't change the fact that the two things can be true at the same time. He was good for you in terms of your development as a man. He said some true things. And 2 to 3, he's a sex trafficker. And
he's a sex
everything
trafficker.
I've heard from his own mouth, his own private conversations, tells me that's what he is.
R. Kelly made some banging beats. He peed on underage people. A lot of people in the comments were talking about.
You ain't see none of us defending R. Kelly, bro. We was like, all right, he did that shit, but we feel still for the jam and shit though. You know what I'm saying? But he's in jail. He got what he
Yeah, but why are we going after him when other companies and other people have been doing that? The difference with him is that he's not only doing that with other people, but monetizing his tactics to do that to other people.
Monetizing that bitch like 3 goddamn ways. Goddamn, he get the goddamn money off the girls, and then the money off the guys paying for the girls, and then double whack again and get the money off the guys again to hate the girls that they just paid to see. Triple threat, bro. Triple threat.
People are gonna want to crack down on that. You understand what I'm saying? It makes it even worse. It's worse that you're trafficking people, but you're monetizing not only the trafficking, but you're monetizing the fact that, hey, let me show you how. And it's creating other
quadruple
people.
threat.
They actually, whatever there's something like, we'll talk about drugs or any gang related things or anything. They want the top G. They want the person, the one that produces all the little ones, the little minions and the things. Whether it's drugs, they're not gonna go after the little guy, even though there's a lot of people that are selling the drugs. They're gonna go after the top G and turn these little ones against that top one, so we can get the top one. That's what's gonna happen. And
That's
in
the
that
game.
case, he's the one that's creating other people. So of course they're going after him.
That's the
I'll say
game.
this.
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos.
They face charges which include human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women.
OnlyFans is the best hustle in the world. They're accusing me of using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice.
I wasn't sure about some of the other charges, but just listening to how little regard he has for these people, knowing they would never want to do this work and manipulating them, isolating from their friends and family, making sure that they got zero access to money, using every tactic in the book to dehumanize them and make sure they're the lowest of the lows, it wouldn't surprise me if he raped them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it did happen, but considering how he talks about Georgina, considering the text that they said about her threatening these women with violence, right? He's directly responsible for that. The same way when they come after a criminal organization, the head boss is responsible for what the lackeys do, right? That's why when they bring a RICO charge or they're doing something against organizations, everybody going to jail for the murders, right? Because even though you didn't do it, the people under you did it for the benefit of the group. Georgina, and when she makes those threats of violence against other people, right? She's doing it on behalf of Tate and his empire.
But if you,
so he going, that's why they're getting charged as an organization.
And if he's a top person of that organization and they can prove that, well then he's the one that's gonna go down. So that's why.
Yeah. Would you think there would be this much skepticism or this much weirdness about the whole thing if this was children involved? Isolating them, doing all this stuff?
No.
Can I ask you? And let's say
that's a loaded question,
you know what? Let
bro.
me concede to you guys. Let's say they aren't sympathetic victims and they shouldn't be sympathetic. That's fine. Just because they're not, should we not charge the person who's scamming and defrauding them?
Don't most serial killers like murder prostitutes and like people with like no family basically? They still get them, bro. So it don't really matter if they're degenerates degenerates that are victims of crimes.
The person who's luring them in with promises of marriages and doing all this shit to try to push them into a life that they didn't want.
Yeah.
Right? I think I heard Destiny say that, but he's just like, you know, older people should know better, but they still are the ones most likely to be scammed by psychics and everything else. Mm-hmm. Should we abandon them to the scammers just because they should have known better?
No, we should go to the scammers. Because scammers are going to scam, and that's what they do.
Scammers
I'm just
are going to
saying,
scam.
I don't understand this line of like thinking either. Whereas these women are clearly being victimized by someone who's trying to fuck them over and defrauding them, okay? Stealing their money and their income.
And over time, I just built up this big little empire of webcam girls. At one point, I had 4 locations, 75 girls working for me. I'd take around half of the money, around 50%.
You take 50%.
Around 50%.
They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes.
Self-admittedly, right? Luring them away from their friends and family and doing all this stuff and promising life of marriage, which that's trafficking. We should still charge them, irrespective of whether or not these women were gullible or not. And if it was a man in this situation being lured, I would want the same thing. But that's me.
Yeah, but bro, they're whores. Gold diggers.
That's what they gonna say.
Man, hold them up, bro. I want to see what y'all tater tots got to say about all that, man. You can't. It's in your face, bro. It's in your face. Get at me, man. Get at me. Hold on, my bad. That's all, folks.
Pull up on your bitch ass. Pull up, grab your bitch ass.